I've got a request to make a battered briefcase case book for a customer. So first I'm going to fold the pages. When you make a book, there are basically 3 major stages, and each stage is broken up into different parts. For example, the biggest part is the text block, making the text block. If you're going to have a blank text block, then you don't have to worry about the first part, which is printing and imposition. If you're going to have something printed on your text block, of course you're going to have to worry about printing and imposition. If you use 4 pieces of paper for your text block and then you fold it over, you'll have 16 pages, front and back. The first page is page 1 and the last page is page 16. So if you take the first piece of paper, you'll notice that page 1 is on the right side and page 16 is on the left side, and then you'll fold it and it's perfect. And after page 1, of course, is page 2, and just before page 16 is page 15. So on one piece of paper, when you unfold it, on the right side is page 1 and the left is page 16, and then you turn it over and on the left is page 2 and on the right is page 15. Now, imposition is making sure that page 1 and page 16 are the proper words that you want. That's imposition. There are apps that help you do that, so you don't have to worry about it too much. After printing and imposition, you fold the paper over and make sure that page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 16 are in together and in order. And then you punch holes. I think you need an even number of holes, so 2 or 4. Most common is 4, depending on what kind of text block you're making. It could be 6. And then after that, you sew it, and then you have a text block where you have to glue the spine together, and you have to glue mull, a kind of cheesecloth. And then on the top of the mull, you have the spine piece, which keeps the spine away from the cover, and then headbands if you want headbands. And then sometimes people add the end piece of paper when they put the text block together. Sometimes people put the end piece on later. The second stage is the cover. First you have to cut the book board, then you have to cut the book cloth to match, depending on what kind of book cloth you want, and then you glue the cloth to the book board. And the last stage is casing in. That's when you glue the text block to the cover by gluing one end piece and then closing the cover on top of the end piece. And you do that twice because you have front and back. This is an A5 piece of paper folded over to make an A6. Now when you do that, you have something that is called in Japanese bunkobon, which is about the same size as a pocketbook in America. Pocketbook is slightly larger. Pocketbook is about 4.25 inches by 6.8 inches, whereas bunkobon is 4.1 by 5.8 inches. But since paper in Japan comes in A5, A4, A3 sizes, it's very easy to make. You just fold over an A5 to make an A6, and there you have it, bunkobon. And this is a story of a private detective from Bellevue, Washington, who gets involved with some very rich people, one of whom is murdered, and the husband is accused of the murder, and he investigates to find out who actually did the murder. And in doing so, he has to go to Spain, and in Spain, he discovers a person that he really, really likes, and they get together. So the basic plot is boy meets girl. Boy falls in love with girl. Girl falls in love with boy. Oh yeah, and there's a murder. The pictures of the garden in this video are from Kenrokuen. Kenrokuen is a very famous garden in Japan. It is here in Kanazawa. So I frequently go there because it's beautiful and sometimes it's very quiet. It's one of the famous sites of Kanazawa, Kenrokuen. Be sure to ask for it by name.